Hey, Tapp Brothers here, and welcome to the first day of the Get Fit Challenge. Me and my brother are really excited to get things started for you guys to get awesome results. And for this first video, we're actually going to be going over the most important thing that you're going to learn in this whole challenge. And that is setting goals.
And we're not talking about, when you're sitting on the couch thinking of goals that you want or thinking of things you want to do in the future. We're talking about actually sitting down and writing out detailed goals and a game plan on exactly how to get you there.
If we don't do this, then we're not going to get the ultimate results that we want out of this challenge. We may lose a few pounds, we may see a few gains, but ultimately, after a few weeks, we're going to end up going back to our old selves.
However, if you do write down your goals and set up a detailed game plan, you are going to see the ultimate results you want to get out of this challenge. The first thing you need to know are the 4 reasons why most people never accomplish their goals. And the first reason is fear.
And as Zig Ziglar says, fear is the false evidence appearing real. And a short story to kind of summarize that is that I could walk into a bank, I could stick my 2 fingers in my shirt. Now this isn't a real gun, but it looks like one. I could walk up to the teller and say, hey, give me all your money. And she would, because this false evidence she thinks is real. So she thinks I really do have a gun. And I could trick her into giving me a bunch of money. I'd probably get shot on the way out, but because I used this false evidence and she thought it was real, I was able to trick her into giving me money.
So basically what my brother is trying to say with the whole story is that we're surrounded by false negativity, influences, things like that, giving us negative vibes, and we ultimately fear failure. So we're afraid to even go for the goals that we want to accomplish because we're worried that we're going to fail.
Here's a few statistics that really show you what we're up against with our society. You can see 77% of our own self-talk, what we say to ourselves, is negative.
Yeah. And by the age of 18, average 18-year-olds are told over 148,000 times they're told no or you can't.
Yeah, and over 90% of our daily input from our surrounding, from TV, from radio, from internet, is negative.
The second reason is your self-image. Now this might be a little hard to grasp at first, but we're going to try the best we can to explain it. Your self-image is how you perceive yourself. That little image that you have when you daydream or when you dream of yourself, that person.
Yeah, and so this is very important for accomplishing goals, because if your self-image, if you're trying to lose weight and cut down, but your self-image is still someone who's overweight, who doesn't exercise and doesn't diet properly, then guess what? That's what you're going to be. You're not going to be a person who diets and loses weight. You're going to be that person, that image of yourself that you have.
So just to give you a short story about self-image, how important it is, we had a good friend, we went to school with him in the same small town, and he was a drummer. He's very talented, but his self-image, he looked at himself as a guy who had reached his peak. He played around our town and stuff.
His self-image was that of a person who was in a small town and didn't really see any big future for himself in music, even though that's what he really wanted, but his self-image was of a person who couldn't actually reach those goals. And so, he started getting into drugs, he pretty much hit rock bottom. He lost his job and kind of stopped playing music for a while too, just because that's what his self-image was. It wasn't of a person who was a really good musician, it was of a person who had reached his career and then had no other options left for him. And so we sat down with him, talked about self-image, and he really took hold of it, and he really developed himself on his self-image. He even put up pictures of the person that he wanted to be, something that he looked at every day, and eventually he molded his self-image into that person, that really awesome musician. And then now, he's traveling around the world playing different shows. He has a CMT music video, and he's really just taken his career to the next level of music.
And he's totally clean from drugs. He switched that, so he completely changed his self-image.
And start to build your self-image to the person that you want to be, and you're going to accomplish your goals in this challenge if you do that.
The third and fourth thing is people don't think goals are that important, and then also the lack of direction. They don't know exactly what to do and how to get to their goals. So now that we went over the 4 reasons why most people don't accomplish their goals, now we're going to show you the 7 key things you need to do to make sure that you accomplish your goals. The first thing is have your goals written down and identify exactly what you want.
Yeah, so you want this to be as detailed as possible. The more detailed it is, the better picture you're going to have in your brain, the more likely you are to accomplish it.
So actually, get a sheet of paper if you haven't already right now. Pause this video, go grab a pen and a sheet of paper, and first you're going to write this stuff down, and then you're going to lock yourself up in a room for however long it takes to write it down.
Alright, so number 2, you want to spell out why you want to reach your goals. So what is it that's motivating you to accomplish these things? You want to spell out exactly what you're going to be getting as an end result from achieving these goals. Number 3, you want to list the obstacles you have to overcome to get there. So, because there are going to be some challenges and things like that you're going to have to overcome. So you want to go ahead and list them out now so you don't have any surprises when you're trying to accomplish it.
Number 4, identify the people, groups, organizations you need to work with to get there. So this is really your circle of influence. You want to surround yourself with people that are successful in what you want to do. So you want to be surrounding yourself with guys who do fitness, who are in good shape, eating well. You don't want to surround yourself with people who are just playing video games all day and don't work out.
Number 5, identify what you need to know to reach that goal. So you need to figure out, attain the knowledge and figure out what other people are doing to be successful and follow that. And that's one of the reasons why we did the health evaluations and the health webinar, was to give you that information so you know what to do.
Number 6, you're going to develop a plan of action to reach that goal. So, after you finish this is when you're going to lock yourself up in a room with your pen and pad and write down specifically, step by step, what you're going to do to reach that goal.
And finally, number 7, you're going to put an exact date on when you expect to reach these goals. And this is very important, so you know what to shoot for. So for you watching this video, don't just watch this video and go over these things and then do nothing about it. This is when you need to take action right now and write down everything that we just talked about and go somewhere, seclude yourself away from everyone else, and really focus on everything that we just talked about and set up a game plan. If you do that, you're going to get really good results from this challenge.
Now, a lot of the stuff we covered in this video is stuff that we picked up from some guys we look up to, some guys we studied under, and those guys like Evan Pagan, Tony Robbins, Zig Ziglar, Brian Tracy. So if you want to look at any more information from those guys, we have links below that you can click on. Oh, and make sure to check your email tomorrow because we got an awesome video specifically over diet and nutrition that you're not going to want to miss.